So Thunderbolts,
Yeah,
aka spoiler alert, the new Avengers. You finally saw it after
I did.
four
I did.
days.
hmm
No, 5 days, 6 days. I don't fucking know.
Something like that.
My
Yeah, five
brain's
days
leaking out of my ears.
ish. Six.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we'll start with your overall thoughts.
Well, I I thought it wasn't as bad as a lot of the shit has been, but as far as the hype of about people saying that it's up there with or it's the best thing since Endgame, I have to strongly disagree.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah.
Spider-Man was way better than this fucking movie was. Uh, this movie, honestly, for me, I mean, while it had some great scenes, and I actually I really dug the character arc of Sentry, and I think that actor is phenomenal. I think we're going to see some great things out of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm not going to recommend it to anyone to go see in a theater. They can wait for video. In all honesty, it's got some fun stuff, but it's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a five for me, 5.5.
Really?
It's not,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's not. It's certainly not in my top 10. Certainly, probably not even in my top 15. Potentially, I mean, it's not bad, but they did some things throughout the film that were just some things were bad about it. There was some good stuff, but I mean, they just some of the choices that are being made, man. I don't get. I don't get, man.
Like,
So
like,
and it's
like, give me an example.
it was just so like the whole like them all. It's been done. First of all, that whole them going to the in the beginning where they're each person was sent to go for someone else, to go for someone else, to
Right.
go for someone else, go for someone else.
Right.
I don't know if that was in the comics or whatever, but dude, that's been done in this thing on this other Netflix cart animated series called what the fuck is it? The Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Invincible is exactly like that. Exactly like that, dude. And it was very predictable. And I thought I was and then that whole exchange, that whole scene, that whole the dynamic of it was just very campy and very just oh, I'm not here for you. Blah, blah, I'm not, I just it just I don't know, man. It seemed very after school assassin special at that time for me.
Didn't take
And you know
itself as
me,
seriously as you'd
no.
like, huh?
No, dude, and that's what's
Yeah.
sad because these characters in particular, since they don't have the superpowers to kind of help carry their character, they need to really focus more on character development, in my opinion, and potentially acting. Man, the superpowers to me are like a the eye candy and all that shit. It's kind of a it can be taken as a crutch for a poor story arc or a poor character arc, excuse me. These guys like Timu Captain Timu Captain America, whatever whatever his name is, Walker, right?
Walker.
Dude, I
Yeah.
liked I liked his persona way better in the series.
Yeah, he felt a little one-dimensional here.
He
And
felt one dimensional and just
he didn't really
campy,
have an
dude.
arc either. He didn't really have an arc either. He was just there,
He was
Same with
campy,
Ghost. Ghost was
exactly.
kind of just there.
Campy and one-off little jokes and everything. This in all honesty, this was all about Yelena and the Guardian,
Uh-huh.
I actually I adore their relationship. I think that's
Yeah, me
great.
too. Me too.
I really enjoy that. I enjoy their dynamic. But even
Mm-hmm.
after a while, the Guardian's just ridiculous to me. Um and yeah, man, I left unfulfilled
Mm-hmm.
if that means anything. And maybe because unfortunately I've seen some of the hype. I haven't seen any reviews, but I've seen like, oh, this is like up there with Endgame, best movie since Endgame. And I'm like, ooh. So maybe my expectations were unreal or unrealistic in that regard. But yeah, man, it just these characters are all more serious than than they were in this movie. Each and every
Right.
one of them. Each and
Right.
every one of these guys, but they felt it felt like a comedy, dude. And I don't really get I don't really get that sometimes. There's a lot on
It's
the line here, dude. And trust me, you know me, I joke all the fucking time about everything. But
There's time and place.
I don't know, man. It just yeah. What do you think?
There's a time and place.
What are your
Um,
thoughts?
I didn't hate it, man. I enjoyed it. I like some of the things they did, especially with the psychological aspect of it, with the mental suffering, and really
Yeah.
getting into Sentry and Yelena's characters. I really love that, man. It's so rich with
So
emotional
did I.
weight.
But
Yeah,
on that note, isn't that quite a pendulum swing from
right.
scene to scene? Like you're
Yeah,
like, oh wow, this is really cool. This is then it's like a fucking then a little circus trick off to the side. It's like it's like it's just very
mismatched tone.
yeah, it's just very chaotic. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
very chaotic ride, right? It
yeah.
kind of takes you out of being the immersion for me of like really going because this was like a real like you said a real the whole mental health side, which is I think everyone can relate to, and I was really digging that, but then it'd be like these little bitty just bits and pieces here and there that I just thought it took me out of it.
Hmm.
I think it took away from a chance to have a really deep, compelling, and just story.
Yeah,
I
yeah. It's
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's kind of that same thing where we've seen this in Marvel before. Like they do serious stuff and then they undercut it with jokes, and I'll never
Yeah.
understand why they lean so heavily on the out of place jokes. It's like, okay, I get it. You want your audience to have fun, you want them to laugh here and there, but still, you don't have to overdo it, man. Like for
Hmm.
example, when Taskmaster gets randomly fucking killed after a minute, which
Yeah.
I obviously you could tell why they killed her because the fans hated her that she was a woman and it's not
Yeah.
the real Taskmaster. So it's all right, let's just come in
Sure.
here and kill her.
Yeah.
But and then you have them like making jokes about her right over her dead body and taking weapons. It's like, wait, would they really
Hmm.
do that
Hmm.
right there? No, it's just so cringe and unfunny and disrespectful,
And then
and
in
it
that
just kind
same
of took me out
scene,
of the moment, man.
yeah, and in that same scene, Yelena was way more caregiving and like way more caregiving to Bob than I've ever seen her for anything. I mean,
Yeah.
she's hard, dude. She's had a hard life, and I know that she's going through this little, I'm burned out. I need a change of my job or whatever when she was talking to what's her name. But then she just becomes this almost like an overly maternal monster in a way. She's fucking assassin, dude. She's there
Hmm.
for a job, and all these other assassins there, and their lives are being threatened, and then they all like they just coddle Bob. I don't know, man. It just kind of it.
Little
I
too
don't know.
much, little too much.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
it's and with Red Guardian, man, it's like the potential is there with him because he's such a good actor and that character is so deep with
Hmm.
Yelena. And I get it. He's funny. He does that role so well, and I love it.
Yeah,
But it's like you don't want to start doing the Thor thing where he just becomes too comedic and nobody takes him seriously.
yeah, yeah.
It's like I feel like they're treading that water with him, and it's like don't fucking ruin this guy too with just
100%,
making him
man.
look like a
100%.
dumbass. And you know what else irritated me was the post credit scene.
Oh,
Where
with the
they're talking
Wheaties.
about
Jesus Christ.
no, no,
Yeah, that
no, no,
was
no, no, not that. That one was funny. I'll give him that credit for that one. I'm talking about the second one.
yeah.
It's this great scene. The Russos directed. I was really feeling that vibe. I was really into. I was like, oh, this is this. I think it's an actual scene from Doomsday that they shot
Probably.
on the set of Doomsday. So everything was going great until Walker makes that one fucking joke, and she's like, well, we're running out of space or something, and he's like, well, it's a big building. What are you talking about? And it's like,
Yeah, it's just
dude, don't start, please. Don't start with this stupid shit.
yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
know why they do that shit with these characters, bro.
Yeah.
It's so
I
cheap.
it is. And unfortunately, like I said, I'd heard some people talk about it and they said, "Oh, the fight scenes are great." And in all honesty, man, a lot of the fight scenes I thought were not that good. They were slow and looked very choreographed to me. And I thought the fight scenes were suffering. And these are the people that, once again, they have to rely on that. That's their thing. They shoot guns and they fight hand to hand, right? They don't have
Hmm.
they're not superheroes. They're heroes, but they're not like superheroes, right?
Right.
And in that case, man, you better really fucking bring those fight scenes to me,
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
don't
But
hate, like I said, I don't hate it, man. I don't hate it. Will I watch it again? Man, I don't know. Certainly won't go to the theater to watch it again.
mhm,
Um, would I recommend it to someone to see it in the theater? If you want, if you want to just go have a movie experience, sure, it could be
yeah,
fun, whatever.
yeah,
But it's honestly, it's one that can wait till till video. Now
till streaming.
now the Sentry character, I really like. I think that guy's a great
Yeah.
actor. I think he's an up and coming great actor personally,
Yeah. Likewise.
and I like what they did with the Sentry. And I meant to look it up online first because I'm not familiar with canon and Sentry. Is that his background? Do you know, or did they just do a creative?
I'm actually not sure, man. I don't know too much about the character. I really don't. I've never read
I mean,
the
I thought
Sentry
it was,
comics or anything like
yeah.
that.
So tell us in the comments whenever one or two of you actually will comment. But
Right?
yeah, man. I mean, I kind of dug it, and I like how because dude, I like how there's a balance with him in that
hmm
he's so powerful yet so evil or so not evil, but yet so powerfully on the other side of that pendulum. You know, it's like whoever you get, he's
Yeah.
gonna be fucking powerful either way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I really liked the effects of him all shadowed out in his eye, you know, his eyes. I thought the visuals looked pretty cool, and the whole shadowing effect was kind of neat. The
hmm
voiding effect, if you will. But
Yeah.
and I like how at the end, you know, he's like reading a book, and he's just like, yeah, keep pretending to read. So I do like their whole dynamic at the end.
Yeah. I do. I do too. I
I
do
like
too.
their dynamic at the end. But then that whole stupid shit with fucking Guardian coming out with the we're the Avengers with a Z, and it was just like his character is just too ridiculous
Well,
for me.
I actually laughed at that. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I don't
again,
know,
it's
man.
like you got to do it carefully. You don't want to overdo it, man. Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, overall, dude, I had fun as well. It was a good theater experience. I'm probably there with you. Would I recommend it? Yeah, go see it if you want, but it's not like a must. Oh, dude, you need to go see this shit. Uh, I think it's a little bit overhyped. I
mm-hmm.
didn't hate it. You know, I had
Yeah.
fun with it, but it's not like the best movie since Endgame, in my opinion.
Oh fuck
And it's
no.
certainly not top 10 or top five for me. I don't really understand. Why do you think it's so overhyped?
I don't know, man. It escapes me.
Like I said, I didn't hate it. I had fun with it, but it's not, it's just a little bit overhyped to me.
Yeah,
To me.
yeah.
If you love it though, if it's top five for you, that's fucking awesome, man. I'm glad you enjoyed. I personally don't see it
I'm
that
jealous.
high.
I'm jealous that it is in your
Me
top
too.
five. Congratulations.
Me too.
But wow, if that's in your top five, then what's not in your top five when
Yeah,
it
no
comes to
shit,
MCU?
right?
What? Let me see your top 20 list. If that is in your top five, what are you saying is not as good as this? Then because
hmm
then we gotta really have a conversation. But
Well, I want to say I'm wondering if people overhype it because of it kind of went in a new direction of exploring the mental health side of things and got really deep with it, which is true to some regard, and I really appreciate that they did
mhm,
that. I love seeing a new spin on things, but there's still a lot of those Marvel tropes and cliches sprinkled throughout that kind of take away from that. If they would have spent their whole time on
yeah,
that,
yeah,
I thought it would have been a lot better, but there's just too much fucking off here and there that just kind of
yeah.
takes away from it. But I guess me, I'm just tired of the constant joking around.
Yeah, man. I think they just missed out on some opportunities to really do something with these actors and these characters, and they just
I think
camped it up
so.
a little bit too much for me. Like I said, I wasn't sitting in the theater going, "God, this sucks, this sucks." I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, you know, it's
Not like when you saw Marvels, right?
I I, I couldn't. I don't think I even finished that.
Or Love and Thunder.
I you know how I felt about that. I watched
Well,
that the other day. Holy shit, we ripped that thing to shit. Ooh.
yeah, I can't bring myself to watch that movie ever again. But no,
No,
with
I watched our review and we
oh
ripped
the
it.
review. Oh yeah,
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 dude,
yeah,
the
yeah,
review is
yeah,
strong. You can find that link here. Yeah,
yeah.
but dude, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You
I
know what
think
though?
the hype is I think the hype is unwarranted. So,
I like I like the team. I want to see more of them. I want to see more of Sentry.
hmm
I think you said they missed some opportunities. Hopefully, we get more opportunities down the road. I want to see more of the Thunderbolts and New Avengers. So we'll see. But overall, like I said,
yeah,
it's not bad by any means to me, but it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, like it's being marketed as. But
let's see.
if it's your cup of tea, then you drink that fucking tea, bro. Enjoy the shit out of it. All right, homie. Good
Good
shit,
talk.
man. I'll see you later. And good chat, bro. Good chat.
Always welcome.